Hey, welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're going to dive into something that sounds super simple, but honestly has a massive impact on our lives. We're talking about the art of daily habits.
Okay, so picture this. We've all been there, right? You've got those days where everything just feels off. You're rushing, there's this tension in your shoulders, your mind is just scattered. And then you've got those other days, the good ones, where you feel energized, you're calm, and you are totally focused.
So what is it? What's the real difference maker between those two experiences? I'll give you a hint. It's not luck. And it's definitely not some big, complicated life strategy that you have to buy into.
The answer is actually hidden in plain sight, in the little things we do without even thinking about them. So let's uncover that secret and find the key to having a lot more of those good days.
The secret is, well, it's surprisingly simple. And the best part is, it's something you have complete control over, starting whenever you want. It all comes down to your daily habits. Yep, that's it. These are the quiet, invisible engines that are running in the background, powering your days, for better or for worse. So let's redefine what we mean by a habit. Don't think of them as just these random things you do. Picture them as small, powerful tools. Every single day, you're using these little tools to build the entire structure of your big life.
But here's the catch, and it's where most of us get it wrong. We aim for this huge, massive overhaul of our lives. But the truth is, the most powerful strategy is to think small. Here's exactly why that works so well. You know the biggest mistake we make? We try to change everything all at once. It's like, okay, starting Monday, I'm going to eat perfectly, go to the gym every day, meditate for an hour, and learn a new language. So what happens? By Wednesday, you're totally overwhelmed, and you've given up on all of it. Sound familiar?
So what's the crucial first step then? Start with one. Just one single habit. The power isn't in the sheer volume of things you're trying to do. It's in the focus and the consistency you bring to that one thing.
And that one thing can be, and probably should be, incredibly simple. Seriously, we're not talking about running a marathon here. It could be something like reading just 5 pages of a book, or drinking a single glass of water when you wake up. These actions are so small they almost feel pointless, right? And that's exactly why they work. They're too easy to say no to.
Okay, so let's say you've picked your one tiny habit. How do you actually make it stick? Well, there's a simple 3-part framework for success that's a real game changer.
Here they are, the 3 keys to lock in that new habit. Number 1, start small. Number 2, link it to your routine. And number 3, be patient and persistent. First, start small. I know we've said it, but it's that important. Choose an action that is so easy, so manageable, you can't possibly talk yourself out of it. The goal isn't some big shock to your system. It's to build a tiny thread of momentum that feels almost effortless. Second, and this is the real secret sauce, link it to your routine. Your brain just loves patterns, so you can hijack a pattern that's already there. For example, don't just say, I'll meditate for 5 minutes. Instead say, after I make my morning coffee, then I'll meditate for 5 minutes. See? The coffee becomes the trigger, and it does the hard work for you. And finally, be patient and persistent. Look, nobody builds a habit overnight. You're going to have days where you forget or you just don't do it. That's not failure, that's just being human. The key is to simply get back on track the very next day, no judgment. Consistency will always beat perfection.
So what happens when you actually stick with it? When you focus on these small, consistent actions, the long-term payoff is incredible. Your life starts to transform, naturally, without all the struggle and willpower.
So what's the reward for this little bit of effort? You'll start to notice you have more energy for the things you actually love. Your mood feels more stable and even-keeled. Your productivity goes up because your mind is just calmer and more focused. Your life simply starts to improve on its own from the ground up.
I really love this idea. Think of each small, positive habit as a single seed you're planting. At first, you don't see much, right? But with time and consistency, that's the watering, those little seeds grow into this amazing harvest that nourishes every part of your life. You really are the farmer of your own well-being.
And that brings us to the final and most important question. This isn't about tomorrow or next week or someday. It's about right now. Looking at everything we've talked about, what's the one small, simple seed that you can plant today to start building a better tomorrow?